Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker with Tom McKenzie, and we're joined by Bloomberg's equities reporter Joe Easton. Good morning. Ubisoft, are they at risk of a game over, wipeout?
I think it might be game over. Yeah, game over, game time running out. So Ubisoft now, this one absolutely cratering here in Europe today. We're down 19%. Looks like it is going into a trading halt due to volatility currently. The company warning of flat sales for the new fiscal year and delaying some of its latest games. This is a company that's behind Assassin's Creed as their big title, and they're saying that they're not going to have any high-end games, which are known as AAA games, coming out in the year ahead at all, and therefore that's going to hit their profit, unsurprisingly also their cash flow as well, and therefore that stock really slammed. It's down around 60% over the past year, that stock, so really a huge drop. But I think some of us were waiting for the Grand Theft Auto game. That's going to be coming out next year.
Which version of this must
This
it
is
be?
The latest one. We've been waiting around a decade for that game, but it's coming out
this
later.
is very clearly a Joe Easton
very much
story.
me and my brother. We've been waiting for it for a long time, but Ubisoft leading the game stocks lower.
Okay, to a very different space, the industrial giant, German industrial giant Siemens, with that touch point, of course, across the global economy, trade tensions, China, earnings out today. Anything electrifying in those numbers, Joe?
Well, letting off a bit of a spark, maybe. No, so Siemens actually disappointing. So this stock down 3% at the moment. The numbers actually looked okay in terms of the electrification business doing pretty well. So this is the electricity supply to data centres and that big boom that we've seen from that, and also their smart infrastructure units. So a lot of that is in automated warehouse and other kind of automation stuff. Looking pretty solid, but that stock has been trading at a record high recently. So despite them reporting a 29% jump in new business profit, the stock actually down 3% at the moment, trimming the year-to-date gain on that one to around 15%. So it's kind of a story where the stock's done well and people taking a few profits.
Okay. To trainers, a talk of a retail deal in the US is actually helping the UK high street here. I don't quite get this. Why? This is about Foot Locker.
Yes, so this is big news in terms of sports retail over in the US. Dick's Sporting Goods in advanced talks to buy Foot Locker. That is a deal that could be worth a couple of $2 billion, so it is kind of in the mid-cap range. However, that does have a read across for JD Sports, because JD Sports has spent a lot of time and a lot of money repositioning in the US, doing some deals over there. It's the biggest partner of Nike over in the US, Nike, in terms of the trainer maker. So therefore we're seeing JD Sports gaining today. This kind of speculation, I guess, that if Foot Locker's being bought out, could JD be the next one? JD up around 3.5% at the moment. Doesn't sound like a big move, but bear in mind most stocks are actually lower today, so that is a significant outperformer. At the open of trading, it was the best performing stock on the Stocks Europe 600. So the Foot Locker takeover feeding through here into London.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.